get back to ERX Motor Park. This high-flying action is about to get underway, Shane.
You and I love every track that Champ Off-Road races at. There's no doubt about it. You have a track in your hometown. I got one in my hometown. But something about ERX, it just hits different. We've seen that all day today in Round 6. Sportsman racing, right from sportsman side-by-side in the beginning of the day to Pro-Am side-by-side at the end of the day. Just knock-down, drag-out battles. You know, the 570s were banging doors with one another. Every single class. 1600 buggy had action wall-to-wall. It's just an unforgettable day of racing, and we're just past halfway. We still have pro racing yet to come, and this track is beautiful today.
Yeah, the track is laid out very phenomenal. The Playsteads and the Carlson family have really done a fine job of sifting this dirt all together, making sure we have that nice, hard, packy surface. You don't want to get out of the race line. You could get into big trouble. But today, I'm looking forward to the pros, because when you see a good track like this, we're going to see those high horsepower cars get up and go really, really fast.
It is racy, it is competitive, and we promise the gloves will be off here in round 6. But before we can cut Pro Buggy loose on this track, let's go down trackside to Haley Shanley for opening ceremonies.
Well, guys, we may be approaching the halfway point of the season, but I feel like there's still a lot we have left to learn. But make no mistake, things have gotten heated this year in a number of the pro classes. But what better place to throw down than ERX? I mean, this perfect recipe, this dirt composition, it really is the prescription for the best racing of the season. It has tended to produce that here in Elk River every single year. So we're going to get to things. And starting out with our invocation, I have my good friend Mark Budke from Racers for Christ. So will you please rise and remove your headwear?
Thank you, Haley. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this incredible, blessed day at this incredible, blessed facility. The Carlsons went above and beyond getting this facility in top-notch shape, and wow, what a race facility this is. Just bless them tenfold, Lord. But we just thank you for all Champ Off-Road's doing too, everybody behind the scenes, all the sponsors, and we just want to keep all the racers safe today. Just praying for a great day. Keep everybody hydrated. All the safety crew, keep them safety too while they're out there trying to get these guys going again. Just watch over them and keep all the spectators safe. Let's have a great day in this awesome facility on this awesome, blessed day. And that's what we're praying for today in your awesome name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And as always, a great big Minnesota. God bless America.
Amen. And thank you so much, Mark Budke, on behalf of Racers for Christ. And now I have joining me down here on the front stretch, representing Elk River American Legion Post 112. They're going to be representing our nation's colors. And performing the United States National Anthem is our good friend, Ms. Kim Woody.
Oh, I love you, sweetie. It's a pleasure. And if you guys see Deb walking around today, please wish her a happy birthday, because she's fantastic. I just want to give thanks to anybody who has ever put on a uniform. On behalf of Woody's Racing, thank you for our freedom. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red and glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that starred spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Now let's take a look at a couple of our featured drivers here for Pro Racing round number 6. First up from Argonne, Wisconsin. In Pro 2, it's Keegan Kincaid. He is going to be down there in the crowd, handing out some swag. Keegan not in the points chase this year, missed the first rounds at Dirt City Motorplex, but took last offseason and kind of recentered himself, recommitted himself to short course off-road racing. Glad to have him back with us full-time moving forward. And he is going to be a force in Pro 2 for the rest of the season, just out there racing for wins. That Pro 2 class absolutely loaded, but he can run with the best of the best, no doubt about it.
Yeah, he's a well put together race car driver. Good to see Keegan. Next up in Pro 4, this kid, this is hometown track. He knows how to wheel around this place. Give it up for Andrew Carlson.
Andrew Carlson, home race, leading the points in the side-by-side, but always a threat, no matter if it's a side-by-side or the truck. So what is it you hope to give these race fans here today on Friday in Elk River?
Oh, just pumped to be at the home track racing, and just love this track, love racing here. Hats off to all the crew who make it possible. But yeah, it's in prime shape. I'm super excited to get out there. We only get to see it like this once a year, really all watered up and pretty. So excited to just go out and race. Feeling really good in the trucks. Had a little problem yesterday in qualifying in the Pro 4, but got it all squared away today, and both the buggies are they're ready to go. So excited to get out and race. Been waiting for this one all year. It's always a favorite for me. So hats off to everybody for coming out, and yeah, hope to put on a good show.
Well, I know he will. Elk River, it's your guy, Andrew Carlson, for Pro 4 and AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side.
And another featured driver to watch here this afternoon. He is from Stacy, Minnesota. 1 win so far in Pro Buggy. Currently 3rd in points in that one. Haley's down trackside with Billy Booth.
Billy Booth, a home race for you also. You know, you've been a front runner all season long. How confident are you feeling coming to this one that this could be the day for that win?
Really good. I like coming to this place, and we had good speed yesterday. Just made one small mistake on the fast lap, so we'll start a good spot still. And was so close to the win here last year, and it's been eating me a while. So we'll get out there right now, strap in, and go put on a show and see what we can do. Just excited to see the big crowd here, and glad to have a lot of friends, family, and coworkers here, and just ready to go.
Best of luck out there. Minnesota's very own Billy Booth for Super Buggy.
Well, before we can cut these guys loose on this beautiful track here at ERX Motorpark, let's take a flying GoPro lap of the day. There is the finish line tabletop, this deceptively sharp drop-off into turn 1. A lot of passing going on down there through Sportsman Racing. And then it's hard on the loud pedal up over this big booter jump down the longest straightaway on the racetrack.
Yeah, then you go into this core 180. You really got to be patient. You got to hit your marks. Then you get a good drive, and then we go into what we call the split lane.
Yeah, make a choice.
Really challenging, Shane.
Got to make a choice and make it early there. During pro racing, we should see about an even split, drivers going left or right. Then through this rhythm section, another place that your car can get really upset, really out of shape, and then another split lane. Again, we should see about an even split during pro racing. And then this jump. We've already seen Super X jump almost 200 feet over it. Pro 2s and Pro 4s are going to absolutely launch off that thing. And then Ziegler Cat Hill, this is my favorite feature on the racetrack.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so fast. It's technical. If
Flowing.
you get a good ride out of this bottom, and it flows really, really nice, and that will be our finish line, and that is a GoPro lap of the day.
Of course, fans here in attendance, don't forget you can stop by the GoPro booth. Get $100 off the GoPro Hero 12 all weekend. Plus, they'll kick in a bunch of accessories to go along with it here at the GoPro booth. There you see the Pro Buggies staged. Good, healthy field for this one. 15 cars making the call. Bit of news on the number 10 of Jaden Lemke. Had some motor problems yesterday on practice and qualifying day. They are actually borrowing a motor from Lorenzo Bonacci, who is the current points leader in Pro Buggy. So very sportsman-like move there from Bonacci, loaning an extra bullet to Jaden Lemke so he can make the show here in round 6. Lemke will have some work to do. He'll start in the 15th or 14th spot, excuse me. There you see the rest of the lineup. Jaden Minder will start P1. He'll be alongside the number 1 of Zach Drapkin, making his season debut here in Champ Off-Road. Dave Mason Jr. starts 3rd. Billy Booth, who we just talked to, will start in the 4th spot. The Bernlohr brothers will be in the 3rd row, Cole and Jordan. Mark Ersteiny Steinhardt there in row number 4 alongside Ryan Schwalbe, 2 drivers from Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Tony Keepers from Argonne, Wisconsin will start 9th. Chase Guerrer from Denton, Montana will start 10th. Then it's Dave Van Nelzen, Lorenzo Bonacci, Brian Bernlohr, Jaden Lemke, Logan Christensen. That makes 15. We talked about this track being really racy. It's not a one-line track by any means. There's opportunities all over the racetrack. These super buggies, pro buggies are going to use up every inch of this track trying to race one another.
Yeah, they really are. It's not an easy track to really figure out right away. You have to get that flow right, and a lot of these buggy drivers, these open wheel cars, you can't get tangled up. We've seen a lot of that in the Sportsman Round 6 here this morning, and
Off-Road National.
Grafkin's going to lead them to the green flag. Minder as well. Here we go. Green flag flies.
Like Minder got a much better start, and right away Dave Mason Jr. threatening Minder on the inside in turn 1. A little bit of dust already here on lap 1. See the points leader Bonacci at the bottom of the screen there. Had some trouble in qualifying, so he has to start near the back of the field.
Yeah, it's a tough break for him. He's going to have to do a lot of work here this afternoon. There's a battle for the lead already. Like Dave Mason Jr. trying to hold on to that top spot. Here comes Minder again.
Yeah, Minder's not going down without a fight. They were flying just about 150 feet here on lap 1 over the flyaway, and finally Mason able to put the block pass on Minder.
Yeah, he shoved that rear bumper right up to the front bumper. Nice job by Mason. Minder getting a little screwy on exit. Look at that gap already he's opened up.
Yeah, Mason was the winner back in round 4 at Crandon. Broke a 3-race win streak that Lorenzo Bonacci had going. Now we'll watch Booth go to work on Shaden Minder.
Everyone getting through that section very clean. There's that split lane that we like to see. Look at that Bruce just kicking up off the rear tires. Here comes Billy Booth now. He wants a piece of Minder.
Yeah, he's got a good run on that outside line from Talladega turn. Minder able to hold that speed down on the bottom.
Flying off that Yokohama tires, fly away once again.
A couple cars landing a little bit nose down. That jump built up from a year ago when we were here. A good look at the 15 of Jaden Minder. There's Cole Bernlohr trying to work his way forward. Running in the number 4 spot just ahead of his brother Jordan Bernlohr.
Yeah, Jordan's trying to follow him through the door and keep working off these spots. See our top 4 stretched out with about the same gap from one another.
Now Minder just pushed a little bit wide. That's going to let Billy Booth gain a little bit of ground. They're about a car length and a half separated in that left-hand side of the split lane. Look at Booth just riding the berm on the way out of there.
Yeah.
While Jordan Bernlohr with a run on Cole Bernlohr, looks like Jordan will move up a spot into 4th.
Yeah, Cole got a little out of shape going through that rhythm section change, so really tough to get through there without hitting that inside berm. Here we go back up to Zingercat turn. There is Billy Booth once again trying to put the charge on.
Seems like those 4 are just really evenly matched, but Dave Mason Jr. just in a league of his own here in the first half. 2.27 seconds ahead of everybody else the last time past the stripe. Everybody,
cars, yeah, they're just in file. What were you going to say, Shane? Sorry
everybody
about that.
buttons up to one another in the slowest corner on the race course, and they open it back up, and everybody kind of spreads out. Jordan Bernlohr now following Billy Booth to the outside through the GoPro corner.
Yeah, Jordan Bernlohr is reeling in Billy Booth. He's definitely found a good line through that backfield section. Another cool shot by the drone, just going over the top of these cars.
Oh, Bernlohr pushed a little bit wide. That's going to give some ground back to Billy Booth. Another lap in the books. Dave Mason Jr. still holding that interval. Love watching these cars work. Just unlimited suspension. So wide, so stable.
Yeah, then they grab that handbrake. They're so busy inside these cars. People just don't grasp what it takes to drive a pro buggy. Look at them just flying through that split lane. Here comes Bernlohr again to the inside and trying to take over that spot from Booth.
Yeah, you had a really good head of steam there going down to the bottom side. He might have it. Drag race up the hill.
He does. He cleared him, but here comes Booth to the inside. They're side by side.
Yeah, Booth not going down without a fight, but Bernlohr finally able to clear Billy Booth. So Jordan Bernlohr up into a podium spot. The green flag still out. We're not yet at halfway. See if Booth can go back to work. All those drivers catching up to Jaden Minder just inch by inch here.
Bonds eyeing off that drop-off. You can see the weight of those cars just getting released, hitting that e-brake once again, going around on the outside.
Booth trying to mount a run to get that spot back from George Burnlord.
Little puff of smoke from our leader I seen as he dropped off that infield section.
Yeah, Jordan Burnlord just got a really nice run through the first split lane. He might have second ahead of Jaden Minder.
Yeah, Burnmore's on the move with about 5 minutes to go. Remember, we haven't came to that halfway point yet. We should be seeing it pretty soon. There it is, Shane. So that gap will diminish on our race leader. It's Mason Jr. with our Minder second. Now Burnmore second, Minder third. So Jordan Burnmore, he's a big move on the race, the biggest mover.
Yeah, he has been just crawling his way forward, making passes one by one. There's a good look at Cole Burnlord, fifth here at the halfway point.
Look at our leader in the points in seventh, 33 of Bonacci. So Lorenzo.
Yeah, he had to start at the back of the field after qualifying yesterday. Well, at halfway here in Pro Buggy, we'll go down trackside to Haley Shanley. What do you have for us?
Well, P3 right now, Jaden Minder, the road to his first career pro podium looked like this. Lining up earlier in the day, before he lined up actually, didn't even think he was going to be able to race that day. End result was he got that first pro podium. Well, confidence breeds confidence. What we're seeing now is, as one of the front runners, now he did lose one position going from second to third, but nonetheless right now, the speed that we're seeing from him is impressive, and nonetheless to take that success that you've had at a place like Crandon and then apply it to a vastly different racetrack like ERX, ones that demands very different things of both driver and machine. I'm impressed by that. So keep an eye on Jaden Minder right now in the top three.
Thank you very much, Haley. Yeah, our eyes are set on him as well. He's just looking really quick, putting the lap times down. Now he has a chance to refocus, Shane, and that's what you need to do right at this point.
And you can see when you look back at the season that Minder has had so far, you can see the growth. You can see him from one day to the next, just gets more and more comfortable, gets a little bit faster. You know, he was top qualifier back at Anigo. He's definitely got the speed. It's just the consistency hasn't quite been there yet. But for him to be on the podium in the previous round with a third in Crandon, sitting in a podium spot here, you start to see that momentum and the confidence that we always talk about.
Yeah, confidence is huge. I don't care what you're in, what sport. If you're playing basketball, football, racing, you have to be focused on what you want to do, and you got to have confidence. You can't go in there and say that, yeah, I just want a top three finish. No, I want to win this race, and we're going to do everything under our power to get the job. And that's what our top 5, 6 drivers right now want to do.
Look at Minder just pushing Jordan Burnlord's back bumper as they come back to the green. We're back underway. Looks like Mason did get a little bit better jump there than Jordan Burnlord. Minder pushed a little bit wide. That opens the door for Billy Booth at the 51.
Yeah, you remember in opening ceremonies, Billy Booth said, hey, I didn't get the win here last year. I'm pretty bummed. He's going after it this time around. He goes a little wide, gives that spot back.
One small mistake there by Booth made the difference. Jaden Minder back into the third spot, and then there was a little bobble by Jordan Burnlord. Minder might have a shot at second here coming out of Talladega corner.
Yeah, I don't know. Burnlord looking really, really fast, going up the Yokohama tires flyaway, but Dave Mason Jr., boy, is he just off to the races here this afternoon.
Yeah, those Yokohama tires absolutely hooked up on this track here at ERX Motorpark. Now Cole Burnlord trying to reel in Billy Booth. That battle's starting to heat up as they head back into turn one. Nothing doing. Every driver able to just kind of hold their own spot here.
Looks like Burnmore is starting to hunt down Dave Mason Jr. Look at the battle for third going on. Booth still going at it with Minder.
Booth just about drove it backwards into the core RV hairpin back there. Able to turn and burn, threaten Minder for just a moment. Now Booth back down to the bottom in the GoPro corner.
Watch this line down the middle. I've been saying it all day long. It's so fast. There's a lot of grip and it sets you up for the Ziegler Cat turn. Watch Booth. He's going to get to that bottom. He just can't get there. Good sportsmanship. Gets on the binders.
Yeah, Minder just running the fast line, just able to stay in front of Billy Booth just enough that Booth didn't have an open door. Still Mason Jr. out front. Jordan Bernlohr second in this battle for third. Fourth and fifth staying hot. Cole Bernlohr trying to move up from fifth.
There's Dave Mason Jr. once again going through that 4 180 turn. Both of those lines looking all tore up. State of that in, they look pretty fast.
See Bernlohr starting to try some different combinations between those split lanes. Maybe trying to find a line that Dave Mason Jr. hasn't found yet.
Well, he has to keep studying because time is definitely running out. With about a minute and a half to go this time by, the green flag will still be being displayed. Track really starting to dry out. So if you're out there, you want to be like Dave Mason Jr. in those Yokohama tires, getting that grip out of these turns.
Minder still holding his own in third, but see the gap between himself and Jordan Bernlohr.
Watch this, Bernlohr, he's really putting it together here. He's starting to creep on that bottom. They make a little contact. No harm, no foul.
That was aggressive there by Jordan Bernlohr. Made some contact, both trying to get away unscathed. Jordan Bernlohr, he'll have to go back to work, back to the drawing board. Once again, up and over the flyaway jump. The top of Ziegler Cat Hill, Bernlohr just trying to scratch and claw for every inch, trying to get back to the bumper of Dave Mason Jr. 2 laps to go this time by here in Pro Buggy.
There's still time, Shane. You just got to keep pushing. You got to keep moving that momentum ahead.
Well, we saw a little mistake from Mason the last time through the hairpin. That's why Bernlohr was able to close so much.
Two different lines going in here.
Yeah, Bernlohr, he's using every inch of the track tonight. He's trying to find some kind of advantage. Mason's been running the up through this second split lane. Real quick, we'll go down trackside once again to Haley Shanley. What's the scoop?
Well, he's been a non-factor in this race. Honestly, it's Lorenzo Benatti, your class leader right now, taking the field, a visit to the west. So he had to have dental impacts to what he hopes to be a championship. We're going to see if he can rebound the next. Right now, I'm keeping my eye on the battles for the lead and third place.
Yeah, 2 great battles. Thanks for that update on Lorenzo Bonacci. Unofficially sitting in the 13th spot as the white flag is out. If Jordan Bernlohr can hold on for second, that would be enough to put him into the points lead. Every point so critical when you're hunting down a championship. We saw a mistake for Billy Booth there in turn 1, Brent. I think he might have lost at least 1 spot.
Yeah, at least one. Bernlohr got around him. And there's that battle for the lead. Dave Mason Jr. already getting a win here in 2024.
Trying to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, this is what he needed to do, put a stamp on it in the beginning parts of this weekend. Bernlohr's not close enough, Shane.
Yeah, it's going to take a pretty big mistake here from Dave Mason Jr. See Bernlohr able to gain a little bit of ground, but just not enough time. Dave Mason Jr. will cruise to a win here in Pro Buggy Round 6. 2 wins in a row for the 65. Jordan Bernlohr across the line second. Another podium finish for Chaden Minder. And again, we talked about the momentum that he's starting to pick up. Minder looks like it's not going to be long before he's competing for wins.
Yeah, he's definitely put a great run together here in round 6 as we look at our Pro Buggy unofficial race results. Dave Mason Jr. with the big win here. Jordan Bernlohr, Minder, and Cole Bernlohr in 4th. Billy Booth will round out your top 5. Such great racing so far. The start of the pro divisions. A lot more racing yet to come. Don't go anywhere. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Don't let waiting in line for service sideline your machine. Eliminate the wait and save money by doing it yourself. AMSOIL makes it easy with oil change kits that include exactly what you need in one convenient package. Choosing the right kit is also easy. Just plug your ride into our guide at AMSOIL.com and have your kit shipped right to your door. Upgrade to specially engineered products with AMSOIL and spend more time riding. Order now at AMSOIL.com.
(1911) Beef has been grooming its beef for greatness since 1857. From farm to table here in the great state of Texas, our hormone-free beef is dry-aged, vacuum-sealed, and shipped directly to your door. Getting fresh beef is really that easy. 1911 Beef, since 1857.
And especially with the pro buggy class. Jaden, come on down. You know, you said you kind of surprised yourself with your first career podium at the last round, but now it seems we're making a trend out of it. So what did this one today demand of you?
A lot of work, all the boys at the shop working on the car through the off season. Yeah, everyone.
Well, how's it feel to be able to collect a podium now, your first at ERX? This place vastly different from the last time you got it done now at Crandon.
Yeah, this track it's amazing. It's amazing complex. It's really tricky, flowy. Trey helped me out with all the lines because he used to race here in the same buggy, so yeah.
Congratulations on the podium.
Thank you.
In second today, Minnesota's Jordan Bernlor. Jordan, you had some action going on passing your way up into second, so how was that?
You know,
first yesterday was my brother's first 1-2 in qualifying, so that was awesome. And then followed by drawing a 6 pill, which was like, come on. So we had our workout. Also, I want to say sorry to Zach Drapkin. Me and him got side by side, and I just slid on into him. But I mean, it's my hometown race. My friends and family are here. I'm giving it literally everything I could, and once again, just one short.
Well, a job well done. Second, nothing to hang your head about, and I know you're good at this track. Congratulations on the podium.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to first thank all my friends and family, Pro Kart Indoors, Contour, Shark Club, Spec. He does a race prep, my spotter, Bo, Drink College of Power, and everyone else.
Job well done today. Jordan Burnlore. And Dave Mason Jr. Dave, from top to bottom, this track was yours today. This race was yours today. How's it feel to get this win at ERX?
It feels good. It was kind of a stressful race. These guys are so fast right there, pushing me all the way, and I just tried to keep it clean, which I'm very glad we were able to do.
Congrats. Who do you want to thank?
I'd really love to thank my whole team and my family. Yokohama Tires, man, I was pushing these things to the limit, and they held up all the way. Vision Canopies, Pedal Commander, Walker Performance Filtration, Raceco Honda, just absolutely everybody. My wife's out here supporting me, as always. Baby Miles, the next generation racer right here, and all glory to God, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Well, it's good to see you up here. Dave Mason Jr., winner for today. Race fans, while you're here at ERX Motor Park, on your way up to the Spectator Hill, be sure to stop by and visit our friends at Core RV and check out the models they have on display. And while you're there, speak with a representative to learn more about them. Core RV, proud supporter of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
This is all of the hard work and all of those late nights culminating to this moment, and that feeling is just, man, it is unreal. This is all of the hard work and all of those late nights culminating to this moment, and that feeling is just, man, it is unreal.
We're having some fun now, man.
everything going on in the world of Champ Off-Road.
Welcome back once again, Elk River, Minnesota, here at ERX Motor Park. We're about ready to get Pro Spec racing underway. The first truck class of the day on the Pro Series, and man, there's 7 trucks, but 7 very competitive trucks in this field. Dylan Parsons will be starting on the pole alongside Christopher Parrish.
Parrish comes in on a 2-race win streak. Row number 2, Chris Vandenelsen and Porter and Glazy. And Glazy made his debut in the class back at Anigo. He finished his best finish so far, 4th place at Crandon just a couple weeks ago in round 5. He's a 2-time Mod Kart points champion. Then it is Nick Visser and Hunter Van Zyl. Van Zyl, another former Mod Kart kid and a rookie in the field. And then Ronald Cosiza will start in the 7th spot. Cosiza, you remember, had that big crash at Crandon, able to get the truck put back together and make it back out here for round 6. So tip of the cap to Cosiza and the Crazy Farm team for all their hard work over the last 2 weeks.
See our Yokohama top qualifier. That goes to the number 83 of Christopher Parrish. And that Ryan Beat Motorsports, Bill Stein Shocks, number 83. Like I said, he's been bad fast, knows how to get around this racetrack as well. I mean, it's the first time out, but what he's adapted to so quickly at every other track, I can't imagine he isn't going to sink his brain into this one.
Yeah, he's a former pro ATV motocross racer, also races an FIA Formula 4, which is 3 levels below Formula 1. Yeah, I was going to say, as if you didn't believe us when we said he's fast. Top qualifier yesterday, 2-race win streak. He has been tough to beat, but just an intriguing mix of drivers. We've seen Chris Vandenelsen run up near the front a couple times this year. Dylan Parsons and Nick Visser have quite the rivalry starting to develop. Before Cosiza crashed out in Crandon, he was running in 2nd and having the best race of his year so far in Pro Spec, and he looked like he might be a contender this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for big things out of Chris Vandenelsen. You remember last year he went for quite a ride through that rhythm section.
In qualifying.
So, yeah, he had to get it back together, but it's all right. He's going to be ready to rock and roll here. He knows what he needs to do in that 66. We're about ready to take the green flag. Parrish, Parsons on the front row.
Here we go, Pro Spec round 6 underway. Looks like Parsons and Vandenelsen both got a really nice jump on that start. They brought Visser along with them. Look at Parrish just getting shuffled back through the field.
Yeah, Parrish was caught sleeping on that start. He had to really get the hammer down after they took that green flag. There's Vandenelsen pushing a little bit on that 180.
Wow, and Parrish was all out of shape in the Core RV hairpin. So Parrish from the front row will now sit 4th as they go through the split lanes for the first time. Dylan Parsons, the round 1 winner, finds himself out front. Looks like Cosiza already able to move up a couple spots.
Yeah, he was trying that inside line early. Gets a little crossed up going over that flyaway jump. That is sketchy there.
I see Nick Visser, the Yokohama Tires ride, trying to hunt down Vandenelsen, trying the outside as they come down the hill. Man, Vandenelsen just moved over and took the line away from him and stole all his momentum.
Yeah, that's what he did, just put that block pass on exit. Here comes the 83 of Parrish trying to work his way up. Didn't get the start he wanted in this Pro Spec division.
Look at Parsons in the 99, the Toys for Trucks machine, starting to run away a little bit. We're only on lap 2, still a long way to go before we'll see the white flag. Here comes Visser now trying to put a run together on Vandenelsen.
Yeah, Visser's gonna go down to that bottom side. We'll see how it shakes out. Vandenelsen just hard on the loud pedal.
They'll stay on opposite sides of the split lane through Talladega turn. Looks like Vandenelsen has the advantage and he will slide back in front of Visser.
Man, they've done a great job on this racetrack to make it so equal through those sections. You really think that top line's the fastest? The next time you can create the bottom to be.
Van Elsen trying to find some momentum and open up some space between himself and Nick Visser. Take a peek at the lap times. Van Elsen about 7/10 faster than Parsons on the previous lap, so maybe Parsons' lead starting to evaporate a little bit. Visser looked to be slowing, at least for a moment there.
Well, my eyes are telling me what you're telling me there, Shane. Looks like Van Elsen's starting to creep up to the back bumper of Parsons. Look at this.
More trouble there for Visser as he almost went around and collected Parrish, in the process. But you're absolutely right. And and trouble for the rookie, Porter Inglesi. Tipped over on his side. That is by the core RV corner.
Chris Van Elsen really gets a good drive in that 180 in the core turn. He has to start putting together this front half. He's doing a wonderful job. Parsons just been that perfect in this first half.
Yeah, Parsons, he's a tough guy to pass. Former buggy racer, so he knows how to hit his marks and maintain all that momentum. We will come to the halfway point. Kenda Tires, Toys for Trucks machine of Parsons running out front. The Nexen Tire ride of Van Elsen second. Yokohama Tire ride of Nick Visser in third.
Oh, we got a big rollover down on the bottom.
That was Inglesi, who we saw tipped over on his side on that previous lap. And you see all kinds of bolt-on suspension parts there hanging loose on that truck. Safety team already in the truck there talking to Inglesi, making sure he is okay. Tough break for him. Fresh off his best finish so far in Pro Spec back at Crandon with a 4th. Family team, his brother Antonio racing in Pro Light, also finished 4th in his race at Crandon, so tough break for the off-the-grid motorsports team.
Yeah, you never want to see that happen to one of our young drivers or any of our drivers. It's a lot of work to prep these cars, and you put them upside down. The bodies aren't cheap, the parts aren't cheap. Sure, they'll bring it back, tear it right down to nothing, try to get ready for round 7 in that number 1 ride.
Well, you saw Porter get out under his own power, so everything looks to be all right.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Let's go down trackside here at the halfway point in Pro Spec and check in with Haley Shanley.
It's very clear right now that the number 99 Toys for Trucks Kenda Motorsports ride, Dylan Parsons, that truck is on absolute rails right now. They said they felt really good yesterday in practice and qualifying, qualified P2, but after that they discovered that they actually had a brake and hub issue. They got that squared away. It seems no harm, no foul because he has been absolutely shredding out front right now. That's Dylan Parsons. And how good of a feeling is that to show up at a track? Again, it's got to be a very different setup than you've experienced previously this season on the short tracks and then at Crandon, and just to have everything flowing, everything's clicking. That's got to be a good feeling for Dylan Parsons, the number 99 out front.
Thanks, Haley. And when you look at the team that Dylan Parsons has with Matt Gerald as his crew chief, it's no surprise that they can find the setups at each and every one of the racetracks on the Champ Off-Road Tour. Yeah, Parsons looked pretty comfortable out front for that first half, but we didn't talk about Nick Visser a whole lot in that first half other than one mistake that we saw him make. I suspect Visser might turn up the intensity just a little bit here when we get back underway.
Yeah, you have a chance to just relax, take a deep breath, and talk to your spotter, and they're letting you know what's going on around you. This track is really starting to come together good. As Van Elsen, he's one I'm watching. He looked like in this back 180, really buttoning up to the back of Parsons. Then Parsons seemed to be a little bit quicker going to the Yokohama Tires flyaway jump.
Yeah, Van Elsen still has the fastest lap of the race in that first half, 59.025. Again, we talk about the tire wars here in Champ Off-Road. 4 different tire companies represented in the top 4. You got Kenda out front, Nexen in second, Yokohama third, Toyo Tires fourth. You see the telehandler coming out to help Porter Inglesi's truck get off the racetrack. Again, tough break for that team. Like I said, that's a family team, family and friends kind of team.
Well, Shane, we're going to take another look at this crash as they move that truck off this racetrack. Such high speed sections like we've said all day long, so it just bites you in the butt as we're going to take that look right now. Watch as he's on the backside of our camera. Oh, he hit that embankment.
Yeah, the edge of the K-rail there by the track exit just pushed a little bit too wide.
You seen Belanger in the sportsman divisions earlier. That's what he did. Just glad to see he's okay. You can fix the truck.
So like I was saying, that's not a Ryan Beat Motorsports type team where they have a huge dedicated crew. That's a family and friends privateer team, and they'll have a lot of work to do. Hope to see Porter back out there tomorrow. Here's a look at some contact. We saw some contact there between Visser and Parrish, and then right behind him there comes Inglesi flipping into view.
Yeah, you see the whole rear end all just twisted up in the back of that truck.
Probably looking at a whole third member.
Oh, for sure. The track bars are all gone.
All of it.
They'll look at that and get ready for round 7. But here we go. We'll see if Parsons can hold off the hard-charging Chris Vandenelsen. And here we go.
Back to business here in Pro Spec round 6, and right away Vandenelsen takes a peek to the inside of Parsons. It's just so hard to get that run through the inside.
Parrish now buttoning up, trying to go after that final podium spot over Visser.
Yeah, Visser is just going to drive him a little bit wide there and hold on to that spot.
Smart driving by Visser.
Yeah, you're not going to get one over on Visser like that. You got to outsmart him a little bit more than that. As you see Vandenelsen staying right on the back bumper of Parsons.
Yeah, Chris is being very, very smooth, Shane. He's not letting that truck get away from him. He knows he's got that speed to stay on the back bumper. He's just got to put it together. Figure out where you want to take that chance, take that pass.
And one entire lap here in the second half, and Vandenelsen's been right there on Parsons. Look at Visser push a little bit wide as he bounced down the hill. Visser's going to fall back a little bit. Parrish still there in 4th. So 2 distinct battles going on the racetrack, and Parrish again with a really good run down the long straightaway.
Yeah, I think Parrish is looking at Vandenelsen's line. He tried to make it work. Look at, he crosses in front of Visser. Visser takes the spot back again.
And that's a dogfight right now for 3rd and 4th between Nick Visser and Christopher Parrish. Now Chris Vandenelsen trying the left-hand side of the split lane. So you can see the thought process there for Vandenelsen, trying to find something different, a different way to get around Parsons.
Well, Vandenelsen has to be careful. You got to almost play the defensive role too as well. You don't want to let Visser get to that inside, but Chris's eyes are set on Dylan Parsons.
This is good. You saw a little contact there between Parrish and Visser. This is going to get really good because Visser and Parrish are now reeling in our top 2. Lap times among the top 4 almost identical that last time around. We still got 5 minutes to go before the white flag.
Wow, a lot of racing left to go in this one. There's Vandenelsen trying to stay off the rear pit side of Parsons. Almost close enough to give him a little kiss and tell him he's there, but not yet.
I love how Vandenelsen's being patient right now. He's just maybe trying to force a mistake. You keep that pressure up lap after lap after lap. You figure at some point the driver in front of you is going to make a little mistake.
Yeah, that's what he's hoping for. Here comes Parrish now. Parrish getting that drive, almost landed on the back of Vandenelsen.
Yeah, that was a full head of steam run there by Christopher Parrish. Vandenelsen missed his line a little bit on the top of Ziegler Cat Hill. It almost worked out in his favor because Parrish and Visser both had to check up a little bit. So that'll let Parsons open it up to about 4 car lengths.
Vandenelsen wheeling down the backside of the tabletop. Wow, Visser goes really, really wide. Here comes Parrish on the inside.
And Vandenelsen in a really tough spot right now. Trying to find a way around Parsons, but he cannot leave the door open because Parrish is right there. Vandenelsen once again to the back bumper of Parsons through the split lane.
Yeah, he's changing his lines up time and time again. That's what I like to see. You got to dig deep. You can't play follow the leader. You have to try a faster way around. This is not over yet. Just under 4 minutes to go, Shane.
Again, Parrish closing in the air on Vandenelsen. They will fly up Ziegler Cat Hill once again. Vandenelsen just trying to square it off and get this run down the front straightaway. He's just got to put together like 4 consecutive corners. We see that he's faster in a couple different spots. Vandenelsen needs to put it all together here on one complete lap if he wants to get past Parsons.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We'll see what Chris can do here. He drives it in a little bit deeper. He's going to try to do that crossover. He's going to try to come back to the bottom. It usually works if you can get that drive out. We'll see how equal they are on exit, but it looks like Parsons opened that gap a little more, but look at this.
I don't know, Van den Elzen got a really nice run as they head for the second split lane.
Oh, Van den Elzen gets all crossed up and saves it.
Somehow gathers it back up, and Chris Van den Elzen, at least for the moment, your leader here in Pro Spec.
Wow, what a save by the 66. This is not done. There goes Parrish to the inside. Parsons gets a little contact.
Yeah, Parrish drove into the bedside of Parsons, so Parsons goes to the infield. Now Parrish in second, Van den Elzen out front, Visser in the third spot.
Chris Van den Elzen just kept digging deep, looking for different lines. That's what you have to do. I was watching him all day long here in the first half. He wasn't playing follow the leader. He tried to pick apart Parsons, made him make a little bobble, and hey, he drove right past him.
Yeah, I don't know how he made that save going into the second split lane, though. That was right on the edge of Van den Elzen ending up upside down. Somehow able to throttle out of it. Now he is in control. Parsons in fourth, but 7 seconds back of our lead pack.
Yeah, Parrish is starting to creep up on the backside of Chris Van den Elzen. There's that Bilstein shock ride. This has become a tire war this weekend.
Try to watch that interval between Van den Elzen and Parrish. There's definitely parts like right there in turn one where Parrish starts to close a little bit. Big flyaway jump, another spot where Parrish seems to gain some ground.
Yep, it's not easy to lead these races. You really have to stay focused. You don't know, am I driving hard enough? Am I overdriving this truck? Where's that happy medium going on?
That's where you got to trust your spotter, though, and Chris Van den Elzen is one of the best in the business. He's got Robert Nash on his headset. Sure, Robert right now just telling him, hey, stay calm.
You have 10 truck legs.
Yes.
Giving him what he wants to hear. That's what you do to keep your driver calm.
Under 1 minute left on the race clock. So 2 laps to go the next time they cross the stripe. Van den Elzen trying to hold on for his first win, and here comes Parrish into the hot pit. So Van den Elzen now all alone out front.
Wow, what happened there? Parrish, he goes down the pit lane. Chris Van den Elzen just needs to keep it together. Oh, he's off. He's definitely off. The truck doesn't seem to be running any longer as there is our leader.
So Van den Elzen comfortably out front now. Parrish rejoins the race. I'm wondering if maybe the officials made a call on the contact with Parsons. That's why Parrish ducked into the hot pit. He did. It was a stop and go penalty. We just got word from timing and scoring.
Tough break by Parrish, but hey, he made a little too rough of contact on Parsons.
Kind of some of the drama out of this race is we're coming to the white flag now, and Van den Elzen just has to hold it together one more lap. Over a 2-second lead on Nick Visser. Van den Elzen had a few wins back in 2022. Went all last year without winning a race, so this is a big monkey off the back moment if he can bring this one home. He was close back in Anigo. Got passed in the final turn in that one.
Yeah, he's still really running that race pace. He's not getting out of that throttle at all. He really wants to make sure he keeps that gap on Visser. Going through that rhythm section one final time. Heading towards the Yokohama Tires flyaway. Just the air time these trucks get off this jump is just phenomenal.
Just a couple corners to go. Van den Elzen 3 plugins ahead of Visser. He can set the cruise, glide through the final turn, and Chris Van den Elzen back on top of the box here in Pro Spec round 6. Visser across the line in second, another good points day for him. So he will remain the points leader through 6 rounds. Dylan Parsons, a dramatic race for him, led the first half. Got tangled up with Parrish. He will come across the line in third, excuse me, for Parsons. Cosiza across the line fourth. That one was everything we thought it would be. High drama all the way through to the final laps, but Chris Vandenel's in the man of the hour here in Pro Spec. We'll talk to him right after this. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
We're having some fun now, man.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at AMSOIL.com.
brought the heat. Dylan Parsons leading laps. I'm sure you were hoping to hang on to that position, but the fight that you brought to be able to finish out the podium here. How did the truck feel out there? I know you said in practice and qualifying it was feeling amazing.
Oh, the truck felt awesome. Just frustrated, like we had it, and like just to get taken out like that, it just, I mean, just I can't. We have tomorrow. Like that's all we can do. We led laps. We showed we were fast. We put in the work. Came here and tested. I feel really confident in the truck. I Kenda tire hooked up, but it's the same tires you guys can buy. Put on your trucks. The Kenda ATs were hooked up on this. They call Kenda. We call that podium pavement. Toys for trucks. All my crew. It's super hot out, and we're all like just hanging out in the trailer before this race, just so we can come out in the heat here. Shock Tech, J&J Insulators, Ultra Wheel, Liquid Maui, Vision Canopy, my whole crew. Like without these guys, we couldn't do it. Mike Van den Heuvel, all the guys at Kenda, all the guys at the trailer, and I just couldn't do it without everyone.
We look forward to seeing you tomorrow as well. Dylan Parsons. Nick Visser, another great drive for you and a valuable points race. So it looked like you were driving like you stole the thing. Tell us what went on out there from your perspective.
Yeah, well, it was the first race. I got to start last almost, and then try to work my way field instead of the front and then come to the back. But we gambled on some gearing and left it, and we're going to have to change it for tomorrow. It was fighting me a little bit. That was a heck of a race to watch from where I was. I don't think you could have got a better view of that. But one heck of a race with these guys. Tough luck for Dylan. You know, stuff happens out there. It gets heated. I mean, tell you what, it got hot towards there at the end. I can't thank ERX enough for putting on this great facility. Everybody else here, all these guys that we're racing with, I mean, that was phenomenal racing. So thanks for keeping it mostly clean. And I just want to thank everybody that comes here. My wife at home, she's stayed home to work, and my kids that are at home, races here. My dad, we're just a kind of a skeleton crew. We got guys that come from Iowa and travel from here, take off work. So I can't thank all you guys enough. And I got more hard work for you for when we're done here. But Chris and Ambo, you guys are here all the time. Yokohama tires that we hooked up. We tried a different tire today, and it really worked well. So we're gonna run with them for a little while. And Builder Service, 139, J&J Insulators, Wagner Shell, Tony Keepers at Argonne Lumber. Everybody else that helps us out. Made a Custom Apparel. They had a good day here up on the podium, and just everybody else that's out here and everybody that's watching at home that couldn't make it here. Thanks.
Great race today. Nick Visser, P3. Chris Van den Elzen, no Monkey back there. Monkey is off the back. It has been a minute, and what a dominant race, really from start to finish out there. Just how are you feeling after that? Maybe a sense of relief, but a lot of pride.
Oh yeah, I'm ecstatic about that. You know, the first half Dylan had that, and he was fast, and you know, I found one spot, and unfortunately made contact, but I found one spot. I'm like, I got to run on him. I think I can make this work, and then as part of racing, you just take that risk sometimes, and you know, Dylan's buddy, I don't want to ever do him dirty or anything like that, so you know, that's not my intent at all. But other than that, man, my spotter, Robert, he was keeping me calm, just doing everything just to make sure I wasn't making mistakes. And I got a shout out to my crew. They bust their butt on this truck. My family, my wife, Nexen Tire, they've been a huge backer of us, and happy to get them on the top of the box this weekend. EOS Injury Law, DHI, Blood Lubricants, Joe's Hand Cleaner, Go Lithium, man, what else? G-Force Transmissions, and if I'm missing somebody else, I apologize. I'm ecstatic right now, so this was fun.
As you should be ecstatic. Chris Van den Elzen, your winner today, Friday at ERX for Pro Spec.
Thank you very much, Haley. Now we have a special guest up in the booth. We talk about how this weekend has been a tire war. We have Jeff from Yokohama Tire. Jeff, nice to meet you, and nice to see you this weekend. Man, it is a treacherous track. It came together good, but tell us a little bit why you're here.
Yeah, so we're here making a kind of new big push in motorsports here in Champ Off Road, and we're launching a new tire this month, the Geolander AT4. It's our new generation of all-terrain. Kind of took the all-terrain that we've proven is a great tire and redesigned it, made it a little more aggressive tread pattern, and just kind of brought a new tire to the market. And we feel it's something that was needed in the market. And we kind of run it through a bunch of different paces through the year. We did some testing out in Texas with it. Launched it with some dealers and some Team Yokohama athletes and put it through the ringer. And even I was impressed when we went out there the first time. You know, an all-terrain you don't expect to do everything, anything and everything, mud, rocks, snow, and this tire does it. So we really designed it to be good on the highway. It's got the same 55,000 mile tread wear warranty that we've had on our previous tires. We updated the tread pattern to be a little more aggressive, but it's still extremely quiet on the highway, and it gets great gas mileage going down the highway too. It's got a new construction in it to help make it a little more durable. Ricky G is actually running it this weekend on his Pro 2. So we're kind of putting it through all its paces, and we hard launched it at the beginning of July, and we'll have 133 sizes coming out between now and January 1st. So we're excited for it.
Wow, that's amazing. And a lot of people at home, they don't realize that a lot of these truck classes, they're DOT tires. You can go buy a used set off a Crew or your favorite racer, and you can put them on your mud truck, drive them down the road. Back in the day, we didn't see that. They were project tires. They were very, very expensive. And what it takes to get a program to afford a tire, it's cool what you guys are doing right now to allow people to get involved in this racing sport.
Yeah, and that's a cool thing that Short Course has done in the last few years is like you said, they've opened it to become DOT tires, the same tires that Ricky G, Johnny Holcher, Dave Mason, Andrew Carlson are running on their trucks. You can go buy from your local dealer, and I believe Custom Wheel Outlet, who's got a booth next to us, is running a promotion this weekend on Yokohama tires that you could walk out of here potentially with a killer deal on a new set of Geolander AT4s.
So when you go from track to track, you've been around a long, long time, just going from different sports. I mean, you go from pavement to dirt. I mean, there's got to be a lot of technology behind it to get that tire to say, hey, it's going to work. I mean, a lot of testing time.
So much testing, so much time. And even doing this racing and desert racing, short racing, it only helps do that. Everything we learn on the track, whether it be with our Advan line on the street to the Geolander line here on the track, rolls into the same tires that you roll on your pickup truck going down the highway. So it's racing. Tires are proven in racing.
How do you like Champ Off-Road? I mean, the AMSOIL and everybody, the partners, you guys, we couldn't do it without you. We appreciate everything you did, but what do you think about ERX Motorpark? Then you go to Bark River, Crandon. What is your aspect on this sport?
Yeah, short course is such a great sport. I mean, I've been around the short course world for many years, and just watching the sport grow and change and develop, and the drivers. I mean, I come from desert racing as well, and you see a lot of the big desert names start in short course. They learn car control. They learn how to race. They learn how to be a driver, and it's such a great environment being here at Champ Off-Road. And then, you know, the tail end of this season here is really the few best tracks on the circuit. You have ERX, which is kind of your start to their high-speed tracks, and then we go to Bark River, which has so much history, and then Crandon for its 55th anniversary this year is going to be an absolute party. So
do you guys go back and forth, being in a tire war with Maxxis? I mean, with BFG, Goodyear, any tire company that comes into our sport. I mean, you guys are always looking for that advantage and looking for that edge. Like you're coming out with that Geolander tire. I mean, it's not just for racing, but it's for everyone in the world.
Yeah, it's for everyone, and you know, tire wars have been such a thing in all racing, and you know, at the end of the day, every one of us tire manufacturers, we all know each other, we all know the people at the track. You run into them at the airport, you have a drink, sitting in a restaurant, you have a meal, and you know, it's just one big family. And then, you know, with Geolander AT4, it gives our tire guys so much more room to play with groove patterns and siping, and just lets them try different things to help get that edge, to help get that pull out of the corner. And that's one thing Ricky, he tested out here on him last week, and he was just enthralled with it. I mean, there's so much traction, so much grip. He's like, this is my new favorite tire. So.
Yeah, and it makes you happy, you know, developing this tire. It's like, it's a lot to make it work. But, I mean, I had an opportunity in Crandon to run Yokohama tires on the Pro Light, and what a crazy difference. Back in the day, we ran Maxxis, BFG, Goodyear, but it just feels like you're on a carpet when you're on a Yokohama. So we appreciate everything you're doing, and we hope to keep continuing our partnership for years, man. Thank you very much.
We're excited to be here, and thanks for having me up.
Appreciate it. Well, we're going to get back to racing here. Shane will be coming back into the booth. We're going to keep things flowing. That was Jeff at Yokohama Tire. And, hey, this weekend it was all about tires so far. This loamy soil, this hard-packed soil. You really have to pick that tire groove like Jeff was saying. You have to make sure it's siped, it's grooved for this racetrack. As you look at the Yokohama top qualifier, and Who other than the 33 is CJ Greaves?
Yeah, surprise, surprise. CJ Greaves fastest yesterday in qualifying here for Pro Stock side-by-side. The rest of your grid for this one, Jack Letourneau from Lindstrom, Minnesota on the pole. It's Jeb Boodle, Colin Truitt, CJ Greaves, Jake Kosmecki, Colin Kearns, Dave Mason Jr. already with the win in Pro Buggy. Brandon Grove, Mike Letourneau, Owen Van Eppern, and Josh Bayer. So a little bit smaller field than we're accustomed to in Pro Stock side-by-side, but all heavy hitters in this one.
Well, here we go.
Green flag flying here in Pro Stock side-by-side. Letourneau with a little bit better jump there than the 41 of Jeb Boodle.
Wow, how can you see anything through that infield section? The roost was just unreal. As there's Dave Mason Jr. on the inside of our right hand of the screen.
Colin Truitt able to shuffle himself forward a couple of spots. He will fall in line behind 97 of Letourneau as he saw the 51 of Brandon Grove going around in the core RV corner. Now let's fly along with CJ Greaves as he is working on Colin Kearns.
Be almost 3 wide climbing this Yokohama Tires flyaway. Watch coming into Ziegler Cat turn. It gets really tight and tricky through here.
They just about were 3 wide at the bottom of the hill there. Boodle really putting the pressure on Truitt and Letourneau, and here comes Truitt with a great run down the hill. So Colin Truitt, Nebo, North Carolina, your new race leader here in Pro Stock.
Yeah, Letourneau's gonna have to go back to work, try to go down to that bottom inside. It's early. Little contact, CJ Greaves giving a little shoulder to one of these drivers. Oh, looks like Letourneau takes the lead back.
Yeah, Kosmecki went up on the bike right behind those two. Now it seems like everybody favoring the left-hand side through the split lane. At least everybody in the lead pack. Now Boodle going to work on Letourneau as Truitt storms back to take the lead.
Wow, Truitt.
2 lead changes in 2 corners.
Yeah, Truitt that last time by was just a shy quicker than Letourneau. Here comes Boodle in the 41 now. He's really showing the pressure.
I was just about to say Boodle, just relentless pressure right now on Letourneau. Take a look at the lap times again this time. And Truitt just a tiny bit faster than Letourneau and Boodle. Close enough you could just call it evenly matched on that previous lap. Look at Letourneau trying to dive down to the bottom and get that run out underneath of Truitt. He might have it here. He forced Truitt to go to the right-hand side of that split lane. So Letourneau now back into the lead. 3 lead changes now in the last laps here in Pro Stock side-by-side. Truitt's going to fall another spot to 3rd as Boodle stays right on the back bumper of Letourneau.
Yeah, Letourneau really looking quick. Here comes Boodle once again in that 41, trying to get that drive out of the bottom. Already that bottom side is torn up. Truitt now trying to get to the back door of Boodle. So many different lines going through that infield section.
Yeah, there's just grip all over the racetrack. You can run just about anywhere you want. That's the battle between the Carolinas in 2nd and 3rd. Boodle out of South Carolina, Truitt out of North Carolina. Looks like Boodle maybe opening the interval up just a little bit over Truitt.
Boodle still holding on to that spot, just getting close to that tractor tire.
Kosmecki, you see him on the bottom of the screen there, barely able to hold off CJ Greaves in the battle for 4th and 5th.
Boy, the drive they get down that Yokohama Tires flyway jump, you just get almost like a push behind you. Still the same running order as of now. Boodle still to hunt him down, makes a little mistake. Letourneau, look at that, opens the door. Boodle, nothing there.
Not enough room on the inside of turn 1 there for Boodle. Trying to stay wheel to wheel with Letourneau as they go down the long straightaway. Boodle is going to set up way to the outside.
Wow, look at that move. He split both of them, went to the inside, made that pass stick, takes the lead.
I thought for sure he left the door open too wide there for Truett, but Boodle made that work, and it was beautiful. So Jeb Boodle now the third different leader in this race. Truett able to slide in front of the 97 of Letourneau as well as they go through Talladega Turn. There you see Kosmecki and Greaves. Top 5 running pretty much the same speed, the same lap times around the track here at ERX Motor Park.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go in this one. Still a lot of racing left as we're coming to that halfway point. The mandatory competition caution that time by.
Already about 5 lead changes through the first half of this race. Boodle will pick up the bonus points for leading at halfway. Then it's Truett, Letourneau, Kosmecki, Greaves, Kearns, Mason, Van Eperen, Bayer, and Mike Letourneau. Man, what a battle amongst those top 3 drivers, though. Letourneau led some laps, Truett led some laps, and Boodle ultimately on top here at the halfway point. Right now, we've got some more information on Jack Letourneau. Haley, what do you have for us?
Well, Jack Letourneau, as we know, one of our local runners. He's put in a lot of test time here at ERX, and actually at his property, not too far from the racetrack here, they actually have a small testing facility at their own place. So they've had that car on the dyno. They've been chasing setup a little bit this year, but he's been actually putting his minds together with his brother Mike Letourneau and actually Colton Krajicek too. He is a fellow side-by-side racer, many wins last season in the sportsman side-by-side division. So all 3 racers coming from Arcticat. And like I mentioned, Jack Letourneau also going from that RS1 back to the Polaris Razor. So these 3 gentlemen coming from Arcticat and now experience in Polaris, they're putting their 3 minds together, and it looks like we are seeing the product of that. Gains for Jack Letourneau, and if he's able to maintain this position or anywhere around there, this could be a season best finish for the number 97, currently P3.
Yeah, Letourneau has looked really strong, just made a couple of mistakes and opened the door for Boodle and Truett. If he can just clean up those couple little mistakes, as you see, I think that's just a breather tube hanging from the back of the 97 of Letourneau there. But we will get back to it here for the conclusion of Pro Stock Side-by-Side. Still a lot to be settled. Kosmecki still in 4th, Greaves in 5th on this restart. We're back underway. Man, Truett was pushing on the back bumper of Boodle as they were in the air, and Greaves shoots in front of Kosmecki into turn 1.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time for CJ to figure this out. He was just picking his way through in that first half. You always want to be in that top 4 on the restart, and he put himself in that right position. Already has to get hard on the binders, doesn't want to take out Letourneau.
Now Letourneau trying to put a run together on Truett. They made some contact going into the split lanes. That's going to stack everybody up behind those 2. And it lets Jeb Boodle slip away just a little bit. Now Kosmecki trying to get a couple spots here back to the outside of Greaves and Letourneau.
Yeah, Kosmecki loses a couple more spots there. Here comes Dave Mason Jr. They're 3 wide off the flyaway.
Van Eperen, the points leader, part of that 3 wide group. Van Eperen, his worst finish on the season is 3rd, so he's got some work to do to make it up to the podium.
That red plate of CJ Greaves in that 33, still hunting down Letourneau, can't get around him. As we look farther back in the field.
Now it looks like Greaves might have gotten by Letourneau. Shot to the inside of turn 1, and he has, so CJ Greaves now in a podium spot.
Here comes Truett now to the inside, gonna try to get that spot from Boodle, can't make it work. Oh man, Letourneau goes around.
Tough break for Letourneau, and he collected Kosmecki in the process. So that will move Owen Van Eperen, I believe, up into the 4th spot. But up front, this battle between Boodle and Truett raging on as they head over the Yokohama Tires flyaway. Let's take another look at Kosmecki getting collected here by Letourneau. Mason also tagged the back of Kosmecki there. Didn't slow him up by a lot, but tough break for Letourneau. Look back up front, the 41 Yamaha of Jeb Boodle staying in control of this one. Another lap in the books. But I'm looking at our timing system, Brent. Fastest lap that last time around and fastest lap of the race so far, CJ Greaves. So the 33 Monster Energy Polaris definitely on the move.
Yeah, this gap still stays about the same here right now, about 2.5 car lengths. But CJ Greaves, he wants to see them do a little bit of battling so he can button right up to the back of them. Here comes Truett again, drives it really deep, heading towards the Yokohama Tires flyaway jump once again.
Yeah, that interval between Boodle and Truett staying about the same over this last lap and a half, but here comes CJ Greaves now on the back bumper of Truett.
There's CJ, he is definitely buttoning up. About 2.5 minutes to go in this race.
Yeah, we're gonna have a three-way race for the lead here very shortly. This is where Truett gains a lot of ground on Boodle. See if he can put a run together down the long straightaway next to our pro pit area and into the core RV corner.
Boy, you think Truett feels that pressure? He knows CJ's there every time he rotates his head left and right. He can see him.
You can hear CJ's car right behind him right now, I can guarantee you that much.
Yeah, he knows he needs to find another gear if he wants to stay ahead of CJ Greaves.
Haven't really seen anybody try the outside through Talladega turn yet. I wonder if any of these top three are keeping that in their back pocket. Maybe a last-ditch effort as the laps wind down. Still about 2 minutes left to go before we'll see our white flag.
Yeah, the clock is still showing about 1:45. As there goes CJ Greaves again. He's going to try to drive deep to try to do that little slide job. Can't get him. They bump tire to tire.
Yeah, Truett able to fight off that charge by Greaves, at least for the moment. Now Greaves going to change lanes and dive to the inside in core RV corner.
Well, that's a little motocross move that he's learned as a kid. You just put your car where it needs to be. Little block pass. He gets the job done. His eyes are set on our leader, Jeb Boodle, in that Yamaha.
Does he have enough time? That is the question. Boodle has been putting together some really strong laps here in the second half. CJ still the fastest lap of the race in this one. There's the interval. Maybe 5 car lengths as they climb up Ziegler-Kent Hill. Two laps to go this time by for Jim Boodle from Yemassee, South Carolina.
I don't know. This is going to get tough for CJ Greaves. Boodle's just been that fast. Colin Kearns back in 6th, laid down a fast lap of 57.758, so he's definitely showing some speed. As here comes CJ Greaves, Shane.
Yeah, inch by inch, I've been watching him just slowly reel in Boodle. About 1.5 laps to go now. Catching Boodle is one thing, but we'll see if Greaves is able to make a pass. Greaves already trying a different line as they go down the flyaway. Yeah, Boodle's gonna start playing defense big time now.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do what he needs to do. CJ's gonna just try to do what he did the last lap. This is the white flag here, one more time around. We'll see if Jeff Boodle can hold on in that 41. Here comes CJ Greaves again to the inside.
Yeah, Boodle cannot give Greaves any kind of opening. We saw what happened when Truett left the door open for Greaves.
Watch CJ, he likes to drive right to the bottom. Look at that, he didn't even give him a chance.
Another try at the block pass now. Can Boodle fight back? CJ Greaves, your new leader here on the white flag lap.
Smart driving. He used it 2 times in a row to his advantage.
Yeah, he is schooling everybody in that core RV hairpin. Now, what does Boodle have up his sleeve? What does he save here?
Well, you try to hope for a mistake, but getting a mistake out of CJ Greaves, that's pretty odd. Even say it in our sentence as CJ Greaves goes through Ziegler-Cat turn one final time. Protecting the bottom. That red plate's on there for a reason, Shane.
He's going to get another one. Round 6 Pro Stock winner CJ Greaves, and he is excited. He had to earn every inch of that one. Jeb Boodle, another great run in 2nd. Truett in 3rd. Van Epperen, the points leader, comes across the line in 4th, so he will remain your points leader. CJ Greaves not to be denied in this one here in round 6. 2 beautiful passes down there in the hair.
sand, heat. Live road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.